Hi everyone, and welcome to our Big Challenge program. Today we are going to talk about discrimination and inequality of gender. With my college, Maximiliano Espinosa, Joaquín Díaz, Paulina Ábalos, Josel Briones, Alfonso Aguilar, Alondra Rodríguez, Arad de la Cerda, and me, Tomás Reyes. Good. To start, we will explain you what is discrimination and inequality of gender.
Okay, gender discrimination is a prejudice based on sex or gender. It also refers to conditions or attitudes that promote established social role stereotypes of sexual difference, like the gender pay gap.
So interesting. I think that this problem does not only affect the genders, does it?
That's right. There is no much things as gender discrimination. There are also other types of discrimination. These can be factors such as income, social class, race, ethnicity, nationality, religious beliefs, or political ideology. All of that lead to forms of discrimination.
But that's not what we are about to talk today. It's about discrimination and gender inequality.
You're right, Thomas. Gender discrimination is a very important issue these days, and even more interesting is the gender pay gap. Inequalities in the economic sphere are due in part of the stagnation of women's incorporation into the labor market. The inequality in remuneration for the same work is compounded by the small percentage of women in emerging sectors such as computer engineering or artificial intelligence, and in management positions where wages are higher. One of the major problems in this regard is the so-called glass ceiling, the often imperceptible obstacles that prevent women from advancing in their careers.
That's true, Alondra. The time it will take to close the gender gap has been reduced to 99.5 years in 2019. While this is an improvement over 2018, a year when it was estimated that 108 years would be needed, it still means more than a lifetime to reach equality between men and women in health, education, labor, and politics. Here is the conclusion of the Global Gender Gap Report 2020. According to this report, the year improvement is mainly attributed to the significant increase in the numbers of women participating in politics. The political gender gap will take 95 years to close, compared to 107 years estimated last year.
However, politics is the sector in which the least progress has been made today, while parity is much closer in educational attainment and health and survival, at 96.1% and 95.7% respectively. The other major battleground is economic participation. Here the gap went in 2019 from 58.1% in 2018 to 57.8%.
And what are the consequences of this large gap?
These consequences are that women are less likely to obtain higher level jobs and to progress in their professional careers. Maternity being one of the circumstances that cause this discrimination, which consequence women earn less money than men as they have lower paying jobs.
Yes, but I understand no one asks women to get pregnant, so let them head back to work if they want their wages.
Max, I think you're right to some extent, but is no reason why pregnancy should prevent women from being able to work.
Pregnancy is an impediment for women to work, since they are given time off before and after pregnancy, during which time they not work and continue to be paid, which represent a loss for the companies.
Yeah, it is true that it represents a loss, but if gender gap did not exist, this problem would be reduced as we have already said.
Alfonso, but why do you think it represents a loss for the company?
Well, the problem is that during the days before and after the pregnancy, we have to hire another person to take her place. And we also have to pay the pregnancy woman's salary, which is a double loss.
But then, if that is the problem, why don't we look for a solution?
It is, it is a good idea, but searching for a solution to this problem is not that easy we think. As we have seen in this estimate that is have we closed in about 19 years, and we don't know how far we have fallen begin with the pandemic.
Then the easiest thing that to do will be to start to elimination the glass ceiling to companies and political position, so that women can grow in their working life.
There are several ways to make this glass ceiling disappear, one of which I consider to be the best is the following: the creation and maturation of programs and practice that make family and work life compatible in order to avoid the interruption of growth and development in a position of responsibility. When crossing the stage of undertaking a family project, such initiatives have resulted not only in the growth or and development of the employees and leaders who have benefited from such initiatives, but also it brings the same example to their families and permitting this generation of equality to their own family and work culture.
It's a good idea to implement a work interface for women who are going through their maternity period, and another good idea is will be that during this period the work will be done virtually as long the person is not occupied in their job.
And how can we avoid wasting money?
I think that a good form to avoid the wasting of money is to put the women's work in their house, like in this pandemic. What do you think? It is a good idea?
I think that is bad because if the woman work in her house, they can be less productive than if work in the office.
I think that it is true, but if the woman is in their house, she have opportunity to make the things of their work in some moment that she have a time to make, and she have the opportunity to take care of her family.
Yes, but that say my teammate Max, then they don't ask to the woman to get pregnant. It was her decision, and they can affect that to the company. What do you think?
I understand your point, but if the woman doesn't have children, or population going to be mermaid, yes. And if we don't have a population, we don't have work, and if we don't have work, we don't have money. So I think that the woman is a so important pillar of the society.
Yes, but it's true the thing that you say, but they can affect the production of sometimes a part of the factory that it's work, or they can affect a sector and a specific sector of the thing that they are doing, like production or the company if they are important.
So, what is a good solution for this problem? What do you think, Max? What is a good solution? Or Thomas, what is a good solution?
Yes, I think that she working in their house. I think that that could work. Maybe if they work in something of a fabric that could affect the production. But if if they work in something else, I think that that solution can work. Have that the things work.
Yes, I think that the best solution to this problem is that in the time of the maternity of the mother, work in their house and receive all the wage of the woman. And I think that another thing that can make in the families is that the father have more participate in the care of the children. Do you think that the father have the responsibility to take care of the children?
Yes, I think that the father will help to the mother to take care of the children because it's the responsibility of the both, and so if they repart their responsibility, all can work better.
Yes, but the father it can be working and that affect them to her work and that can be affecting other parts because if they still working, the woman what are doing they are in her house and the father are with the children working and doing some different activities that can affect all her participation in something in some areas.
So if the father and the mother don't have the time to take care of the children, I think that a good idea for the companies is that the same company provide a service of children care to the father and the mother can be working when the children is in like a school. Yes, I think like a school.
Yes, I think that that option that you give it could work. But also, if that not happen, also family, their family or friend could help to take care of the children in the time they were working.
Oh yes, like in some parts of Africa that the mother of the father have the responsibility to take care of the mother and the children in the maternity. This is a thing that could be function if in some time. Max, what do you think?
I think the father um, they can um, the father could be a good to sounds good as a mother to take care of uh, to, to the father they can be good for our children but the work um, ¿cómo se dice? Se lo pide but the work because the work no can do it.
So you would think that the father only have the responsibility to put money for the house, but now him don't have the responsibility to take care of the children.
I think that the argument of my teammate Max is good because if they are working, they can affect them to the work and have a less production in her company, and that it will be that no have the sustenance of the family, and their mother and their children have affected to the growth of their money in her house, and that can affect because if one family depends for the man and what have to happen thing to the man, this can be bad because the only production that have of money is the man, and the woman is not producing money.
Oh yes, but if the woman and the father uh, divide the homework, the homeworks, like the take care of the childrens or the cleaning of the house, I think that the two can provide the money to the life, and also the both can be take care of the children. So I think that the work have to divide.
Yes, I think that, for example, that one worked in the morning and one in the afternoon, it could work so they could divide all the things and they both help in the on the works of the house.
Yes, so the conclusion is that the woman and the father have to divide the work in the house and the take care of the children. Do you agree with this, Joaquin and Max?
Yes, I think that is correct because if women and men's work at the same time, they can provide more money to their family and they have a better economy to take care more efficiently to the children and don't have problems with their future economy. We have other questions. No, other yes, questions in the channel, and they say, "What do you think about feminines?"
Oh, sorry, my internet it's have a problem. Uh, I think that this debate is so interesting, and we have two questions in the chat. The first is of Valeria Sinai that says, "What do you think about feminism? Feminism? Feminism. So, what do you think about this, Thomas?"
I think that it have a good some good arguments, but sometimes they also can uh, do things that are bad.
Yes, I
I
think
think
that.
that. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry. No,
sorry,
continue. You are
Joaquin.
right.
Ah, okay. I think that feminists have a good argument, but I think that the actions of the persons is bad because they don't have the power for change all the minds, but she these persons have the power to make a little change, and I think that this is a good form to change the mind of the persons.
I think the same that you are at, but sometimes they want to be superior than men and they don't search the equality with women and men and they can affect something with other persons and this can produce attacks in cities or they can reduce the production in some things and this affect no however the society and these are bad because they search the superiority and not the equality.
Yes, so this is our point of view of the feminines. Okay, this is all for today. I hope that you like. Goodbye.